The Immelmann has really weak planes, Resolution. So if you're going in and you're taking the planes all the way in and you're dropping, you're gonna lose a lot of your resources per drop because they don't have a lot of health. She's got an aggressive regen rate, but if you're losing 4 to 6 planes per drop and you regen 1 plane per minute, or rather 4 to 6 planes per squadron liftoff or something, you know, you will blow through your resources fairly consistently. So having the ability to siege means you have the ability to project damage while keeping your resource cost low. So it's in that way that the Immelmann can massage out its resources and continually apply pressure. But if, for instance, there's a ship here and I can't clear this island, and maybe the ship is something like, you know, look at like this, maybe I can come all the way over here to try to get something, but if there's a ship out here, then again, I can't strike that target. It just comes down to what targets are available, and they have to give you about an 8-kilometer distance for them to be able to run in. Hopefully the Minotaur doesn't get wrecked. He's turning out. As long as it doesn't get him murdered. It's all that matters. Why the hell did I just suddenly see that? Oh, because the bombs launch forward or the... Got it. Hard turn. So we got all the way down to 2.9 kilometers, and that's with him rushing us. So we dip into the AA, we lose a plane or two, and then we dip back out of the AA. Point is turning because he wants to go behind the rock. Understandable. Too far. Looks like it might be okay, but... yeah, so we're getting some chip damage, but we lose about a plane, maybe a plane and a half per shot. That's what we get, so... you know, we have dealt 10,000 damage to a Des Moines. We spent a lot of time in order to do that.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
So FTR tanks while avoids. The FTR is built like a battering ram. So you use the battering ram and you ram it through the wall. You ram it through the door. She's made to be just a giant stick that can bash into stuff. You have to deal with the giant stick or else stuff gets knocked around. The Immelmann is much more precise, German precision. You're gonna need to strike from specific angles and specific ways. So right now this fighter means that if I go on this Thunderer, this latches and murders planes. So I don't get to strike the Thunderer with this. Because the attack line is blocked. Now I could dive in and strike something like right on top of it by getting super close, but if I do that, I'm gonna lose a lot of planes while trying to make that happen. And because we siege, we didn't get close enough to proc the enemy's fighter, which is pretty big. Fuck. He did another 6. Like, HE bombs, if they're striking saturated parts of the hull, they really underperform. So Lewis, you redeemed a replay, but I'm doing ranked. Usually when I do ranked, I just kind of stick to ranked. I don't like to hop back and forth in and out of the game, because I upload it all in one big clump up to YouTube. So just a heads up on that. Well, I'll just refund the points and then you'll be able to request it when you're here. Alright, so here's what I can try to do. It says 4 fighters. Coming in with 8 planes. You're going to be able to drop. Fighters will latch. Then we need to heal. Once the fighters have latched. It's probably about now. It's taking way too long to shoot. So I was a little early on the healing. It was early on the healing. So if I'd have held it for a little longer, we would have been able to drop with a full 4. But he's just he's too damaged to not strike. Hopefully the repub shot maybe takes him. I mean, if he's just chucking HE, he pens the fuck out of this dude. Because, it's only 50mm deck on the Richthofen and the Immelmann. Drop that. It might surprise him, might not. It's okay.
Fighter airborne.
Can siege the Minotaur, but I think we have to siege this. Feel pretty good about what's going on over here. The Des Moines pretty fucked up.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
And that's what we have to do. We've got 4 versus 4, so this is still kind of an even thing, which is sort of a bitch. I'll have to come out with torps, I guess. Deal with this. It's got a fighter, but the fighter's not going to matter if we don't engage close enough to, well, hit the fighter. By the way, props to the enemy CV that said class traitor. Like, that's a new one.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Torps, I think. You redeemed his points?
Autopilot mode enabled.
I guess I was still being spotted by the dude flying around. You mean, did you say redeemed or returned? Because if you know, canceled it, you returned his points. Okay. Returned, got him. Alright, so Smole is doing Smole stuff. Do wish the Smole had not left smoke, but I guess he's still able to shoot or something, which is good. Pop the heal, just make sure I get in here, try to get the best I can out of this. Probably something like that. More torps, fires. Also should have dropped a fighter to keep him lit.
Teammate, I need your support. Acknowledged.
Saying I'm on the way. Should have dropped a fighter to keep him lit. There he is.
Fighter airborne.
Summers is dead. We are not winning over on the other flank. It's kind of a fucking problem. This is a really no bueno kind of problem. Where's this dude turning in? Like, you gonna pressure the cap or no? You gonna keep turning? I think he's gonna keep turning.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Hopefully the Shimmy gets lucky. Only class traders. Sorry, that was pretty silly. Got with torps. There's another fire. Does that stick? Be really nice if we get the Smole back in the fight. Okay, good. Work on what's over here.
Our team has taken the lead.
Thank you very much, Krasumiku, for the sub. Thank you for the prime. You actually hate attacking the CV as well. Is there a point? I find fighters don't last long in the face of AA. What do you... Fighters don't last long in the face of AA. What do you mean? Sorry, Joran, I missed the context of your question or your statement. When used to spot a cruiser or battleship? So the Montana has a 6-kilometer AA range, but it has something like a 10 to... Oh, that's gonna hurt. It has something like a 10 to 12 kilometer aerial detection. So that means that you can drop it at 10 kilometers and spot the enemy ship without the fighters being under threat of AA. So if that was the case, the Small would have been able to keep shooting
Autopilot mode enabled.
while I was flying back. Because the fighters last for 60 seconds, or well, in the case of mine, 67.5, because I have enhanced reactions, but I have the consumable mod to make fighters last longer, even though enhanced reactions makes fighters last not as long. So I think we get the fuck out before this dude can like start to rip into us. But we do need resets. And I'm too close to siege, which is a problem. Or is it? No, I think we're okay. We got to 2.7, which is closer than I wanted to be, but we did light a fire, which is cool. So we're gonna be able to keep this reset. Turn out. Push, push, push. Yeah, so we're getting resets. He's not going to be able to take the cap with us constantly harassing him, so he's going to move off the cap to get us, but we have a huge point lead. Smol's going for the back cap, and I'm just slowly whittling this dude down.
Our victory is in sight.
That worked out pretty well. Is this going to YouTube? Is what going to YouTube? The whole ranked thing, every time I play ranked, you know, the wins, the losses, the ups, the downs, all of it, I just take the whole chunk and throw it on YouTube. So some people are interested in, you know, what happens in the ranked season, so it's there. The days where I get really fucking mad and I'm playing really poorly and we lose some stars or whatever, man, it's on it. It's all up there. I think there was one instance where like I played 2 games which sucked, stopped, did like lessons and replay reviews, and then started playing again, and that I didn't put up on YouTube. So those 2 I just nixed because it's like it just didn't even matter. We just started on after that.